Take Briana, right? We all kind of think that she's like, oh, can I cuss?
Yeah, you could curse.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
you could
can.
curse. Yeah,
We
yeah. It's
all
a
think she, what's
free
that?
flowing. It's free flowing. Go ahead.
Okay. We all think she's super cool, right? I was gonna say she's a badass. She is. But that's kind of how we see her. And all the marketing she's done throughout has led us to that conclusion.
Hmm.
So that's how I.
Moments. Okay. Dominique Holiday here, back with another daily stand up. I'm here with Briana. Briana's a brand strategist, and I'll let Briana introduce herself.
Yes, sir. Thank you for inviting me. It's a pleasure to be here. My name is Briana. I'm from Houston, Texas, and I help women with their businesses in marketing and branding.
Marketing and branding. That's interesting because I know with any business, your brand is like your personality, your name. Is very important getting your message out there. So, what were you doing before becoming a brand strategist?
Right. So I really started in sales and marketing. I didn't just like off the rip think that I could have a business, right? I kind of gradually got there. I saw my strengths when it came to people, and I know I got more professional as time went on, right? But I really saw that innate thing with people. So I was
Hmm.
good at sales, good at marketing, and then the pandemic hit and I got furloughed twice.
Oh
And
wow.
so, yeah. Yeah. So after that second time, I was like, uh-oh, like not even a job would be like secure. Right. So I had entrepreneurial ish jobs. And then I just took the leap when I got furloughed and had a good severance package. And then I took a bet on myself. I was like, I
And
think
that's
I
what
can
it's
do this. Yeah.
And that's what it's all about, betting on yourself. You know, a lot of people want to jump into business off the rip, don't understand what the business is. But being that you come from a sales and marketing background, it was pretty easy for you, right, to jump in and understand what you needed to do to help people.
Yeah, so yes and no. I I try to explain this to people because entrepreneurship is definitely a journey, and your relationship with failure needs, it needs to be solid because how else are you going to learn?
Hmm.
And there's the product of what you give, right? So with you and I, it would be a service. We're service oriented. That's our product. But then
Hmm.
there's other aspects of running a business, which all entrepreneurs will run into. So, right, there's customer relations, there's your pipeline, which is sales, there's accounting, right? So while we try to focus on our product, there's other aspects of business that people need to grab a hold of. And that's just a learning curve that comes with all entrepreneurs. So it came to me, but also I had to put in the work and everyone does. So
So you had to wear all the hats in a sense. So you understood what to do, but the other aspects of running your own business, it was kind of difficult to learn those things, right?
yeah. But you do it because the payoff is the difference. You want to change your life, you got to go through it.
Exactly, exactly. So with branding, right? So who do you service? Who do you help? Who are your main customers or clients that you essentially help brand themselves?
I love this question. Just because I love my clients. Women, I serve typically their moms. Typically, they're a bit older than me. They have the means, they have the dream. They don't necessarily have the time or the know how. So that's
Mhm.
who I serve. And I got excited for that question because I really do care about my clients.
And that's what it's about: caring about your clients, well, helping them succeed, not hoping, but helping them succeed. And if you're not passionate about your clients and passionate about their success, business, you're just after a dollar, and people don't like people just trying to sell them things. You got have to build that
Exactly.
relationship, you know. So I understand that. So what's something that you generally teach your clients when they first come to you? Like, okay, so say I'm a woman, I'm a mom, and I come to you and I say I need help branding. I don't know where to start.
Yeah. Yeah. So a point I try to like drive home is that I almost never tell people no. I just kind of tell them the how, like how we're going to get there, and then the pros and cons of each decision. I'll give an example. The reason branding is a little more potent than marketing is because everyone wants that attraction, right? When we think of marketing, we're actually thinking of branding, which is good. The slow build, I would say, is a little better than marketing, but you need to work out those kinks to be able to say, this is my solid business, this is my solid company. So what I help women with, like first step, is a slow progression of finding their people. Because with that, you can communicate your service and products in a way that's fun to everyone. And that's the marketing that everyone thinks. But really, it's a slow progression of branding. And it makes life like 10 times easier. That way, you do know your marketing. You do know what's attractive. You do know what's funny. So that's step one, the explanation of branding.
Okay, okay. See, I get confused with branding and marketing. So myself. So what's the biggest difference if you could elaborate on that a little bit more between branding and then there's marketing?
Yeah. Okay. So marketing's your touch points. Touch points being like your graphics and how they look, the sounds that you use. That's the touch point. Every time you interact with your customer in some way, you're showing them a bit of your personality and a bit of your heart, quite honestly. And then branding is kind of the overall reputation. So let's take Brianna, right? We all kind of think that she's like, oh, can I cuss?
Yeah, you could curse.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
you could
can.
curse. Yeah,
We
yeah. It's
all
a
think she, what's
free
that?
flowing. It's free flowing. Go ahead.
Okay. We all think she's super cool, right? I was gonna say she's a badass. She is. But that's kind of how we see her. And all the marketing she's done throughout has led us to that conclusion.
Hmm.
So that's how I'd explain it. That's how I would describe it.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's pretty simple. Yeah, and I know. So, do you only service women, or do you help men as well, or you just targeted towards women?
I love working with both genders. I love working with any entrepreneur that wants to grow. Like, I'm very passionate about serving people who want to evolve and grow and be something more than they were yesterday. But entrepreneurship is very intimate because you have to get over a lot of fears. And with that, I know how to help women get over their fears. And I've kind of ran into this hurdle when it comes to men, and potentially it could be because of my gender. So, I'm just going with what works and what gets people results. Maybe another male would speak to men and their fears, but what has yielded success for me has been that one on one female connection.
Okay, so that makes sense. So, do you have a team, or is it just you that is that are
Sorry, I got
running your
excited because
business?
one of my teammates is here. Maurice, you can't see him, but shout out Maurice. He helped me with lighting. I have a small team. We're small but mighty.
Hmm.
And it's with equipment that I lag, right? Or if I can leverage their time in a way, I hire them for a little bit. So it's not all the time, but it's whenever needed. I do have my men and women.
Okay, okay. So, do you teach others how to become a brand strategist, or do you just go inside their business and help with the branding?
Um, I realized that in this season, I had to pull back and really execute on the nitty gritty when it comes to the clients I'm serving right now. But if someone came up to me hungry, you know, I would see no problem working out a deal with them and teaching them. You know, I'm passionate
Mhm.
about everyone flourishing in their career. Also, if you take a look at my content, it kind of speaks to that a little bit. So you can learn what I'm doing through my content. But yeah, that's how I'd answer that question. Why are you trying to? I can teach you.
No, I'm not trying. You know,
Okay.
I'm trying to build myself. But
Yeah,
so
y'all are
with
doing
my
great. Sorry, I just want to
yes,
put that on the record. Y'all are doing
uh,
great.
yeah, thank you. So with my business, I help scale. So I just asked because if I'm consulting a client and they were like, I just want someone that I can rely on to help with my branding, and I know you already have different customers that you're working with. So I just asked if you're training others to, maybe I'll offload this person to this project. I'll offload
Hmm.
this person to this project. And that's just about
No.
scaling. I'm
Yeah.
always thinking about how to help companies scale. And one thing is when do you bring in an employee, right? When do you hire more people? Like you have your camera crew. I'm gonna call them your camera crew, media crew, because I saw them handing you your mic and everything like that. But when do you hire someone that is just like you? So that's what I help with. So I break things down and try to get them the resources they need at that moment. So I just thought about that when you were going through,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
company.
Yeah. No, I would love that in the future. When I
Hmm.
first started, I had this idea, this dream to kind of get the younger generation, which I'm pretty young myself, but it was a thought like to hire out people younger than me to help me out with that. It's just, I know my limits and the honor I have to give to the clients I have right now. And so maybe in the future, I would love that. But right now, like, you know, it's just me.
Yeah,
And
that's understandable.
yeah.
Okay, so where can people find you? Social media, YouTube, LinkedIn. Where can people find you if they want to, work with you, potentially work with you?
Right. For business, I would say, I mean, all funnels kind of have my stuff out there. I put a video out on YouTube. I'm on TikTok. That's more personal. Uh, Instagram, I have two Instagrams, one personal and one business. If someone wanted to work with me, I would say Instagram, my professional Instagram. That's where they can
Okay.
go to work.
Okay. Yeah. So I know we're right at time, but I just want to say thank you for joining. I know we're trying to get on the same schedule. I know we'll have another interview in the future. I love what you're doing, Brianna. Keep pushing. I know that anyone that's working with you is going to be successful. So thank you, Brianna, for joining. Is there anything that you want to say to leave off before we end the interview?
Uh, no, I would just say anyone else on this journey, you can do it. You're probably doing better than what you think. And, sky's the limit. Get to the next step. If you want, you can do it. Thank you so much, Dominique. It was a pleasure being here. You're doing great.
Thank you. And that's another daily stand up, guys. This interview will post later next week or the following week. Just follow Brianna on all platforms if you need to work with her. And she's in Houston. So, I know a lot of people in Houston need branding. So that's another daily stand up. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you so much.